Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another great workshop with Imagination TV. Today we shall be looking at safe moving and handling. Joining me in the studio today is Kevin, our manual handling trainer, and his assistant trainer, Emma. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Over to my colleagues on the box to show you what we shall be covering in this workshop.
Welcome to Unit 1, Introduction to Manual Handling.
In this unit we shall look at the definition of manual handling, common causes of workplace injuries, the cost of manual handling injuries, risk controls and a unit recap. What is the definition of manual handling? Manual handling is any activity that includes lifting or putting down, pulling or pushing, carrying, supporting or moving an object, person or animal using the hand or any other part of the body. Many people make the assumption that manual handling only applies when items are lifted, but it could be any movement of an object. About a third of all workplace accidents reported to the HSE are as a direct result of handling, lifting or carrying.
Let's take a look at the common causes of workplace injuries.
Poor posture, heavy lifting or using excessive force, excessive repetition of a task, lack of time to recover from a task, twisting and stooping activities, pushing or pulling loads over a prolonged distance,
Reaching or lifting away from the body. Standing or sitting in a static position without regular changes in posture, a person's own susceptibility to injury.
Let's now look at the cost of manual handling injuries. Manual handling injuries can have a serious effect on employers and employees.
So then, colleagues, what are the effects of manual handling injuries to us, as employers? Anybody?
Legal advice and insurance costs.
Legal action, possibly including compensation.
Sick pay.
Lost production and sales.
Equipment and stock losses or damages.
Time and money spent on investigation and improvements.
Recruitment and cost of cover or replacing staff.
That's right. We cannot afford for any of these things to happen. Let's keep these business costs down. Now let's go over to Gary in the studio to look at the human costs of manual handling activities.
Welcome back to Imagination TV. We have just looked at the business costs for manual handling injuries. Now let's look at the human costs.
It makes me so angry to think people risk the human costs involved in manual handling injuries. Here are a few of them.
Pain and suffering, disability, possibly long-term, potential loss of life, health care and rehabilitation, loss of earnings, emotional and financial burden on my family.
So, to remind you that pain and suffering, disability, possibly long-term, potential loss of life, health care and rehabilitation, loss of earnings, emotional and financial burden on my family.
Welcome back. Wow, I didn't realise manual handling was such a serious subject.
It sure is serious, Gary. We need to wrap this unit up now by just looking at risk controls. When you weigh up the human and business costs that manual handling injuries cause, it is clear that avoiding injury in the first place is to everyone's advantage. The employer and employee need to consider
The hazard, things that have potential to cause harm. The risk, the likelihood of the hazard actually doing harm. Control measures, actions or procedures put into place to reduce risk to an acceptable level.
There you have it, viewers. Manual handling is more serious than we first thought. We hope you enjoyed our workshop today and look forward to seeing you soon at our next.